I set out for the first win. I wouldn't do it anymore, but you guys asked for it. So, Raptors win 130-111 over the Milwaukee Bucks. What? Going into the game, we talked about it in the last video, and it's been all over Twitter and social media, how the Raptors have been horrific offensively and have scored 100 points once in regulation all season. And they welcome in the Milwaukee Bucks, who definitely miss it. Look, Dame Lillard's Dame Lillard. He's my favorite player. I will still stand by that. But my God, not having Drew Holiday there to clamp down on Dennis Schroeder. Woo! Dennis went off, man. He was incredible tonight. And the Raptors overall, in every aspect, were brilliant and crushed the Milwaukee Bucks 130-111. Well, they scored over 100 there. It's crazy stuff, man. Obviously, in the front night of a back-to-back, they go to Philly tomorrow. And the thing with the Toronto Raptors is going to be consistency. And I'm not saying they need to do this every day and every game. But what you saw today shows us that they can do it. It is possible, and they played outstanding basketball. It's not like they played outstanding ball and won by 2. And another team didn't have their star or something like that, right? Now, you flat out crushed them right from tip-off. The Raptors got into an early lead, and you're like, okay, well, we've seen this before. Then they fall apart, but then they started knocking down some threes early, and you're like, whoa, isn't this nice? And they win the first quarter 31-18, and you have a plus 13 in the first quarter. A really nice start. But again, we're waiting for that Milwaukee punch. And in the second quarter, the Raptors continue to play lights out ball. They win that one 35-26. And you were up by 21 at the break. There were moments where they got the deficit down to 15, but the Raptors counterpunched it. So you were waiting for that big punch from them. And all Raptor fans know, the start of third quarters can be very painful to watch. So you're waiting for that big third quarter punch from Milwaukee, at least to start. Well, every single time Milwaukee punched, the Raptors punched back. Because in that third quarter, they brought the deficit down to, they went on a 9-0 run at one point. It was only a 13-point game. Raptors countered with like 3 incredible stops, and you get it back up to 18, 19 points. And that's kind of where they checked out. You lose the third quarter 35-29, sure. But you were up by so much at halftime, you're still in really good shape. So you're -6 in that quarter. You're up 15 going into the fourth. And again, we're still waiting for that punch. But the Raptors continued to punch. They continued to grind defensively. And in that fourth quarter, they just played incredible, man. I'm so proud of these guys. They started knocking down the threes like crazy in the fourth quarter. Whenever they counter with a 3, Raptors knocked down one of their own. And you win that fourth quarter, actually, even with the bench out there for quite a bit of time, 35-22, and you beat the Bucks by 19. This team is capable of doing it. We talked about it in the preseason. We understood, it's preseason ball. It doesn't mean anything. But the unselfish basketball that Darko was talking about. The unselfish period that Masai was talking about. You wanted to see the cohesiveness, playing for each other, ball movement. You didn't see that against Portland. It was a lot of me, and obviously it didn't work. But today, on 51 made field goals, the Raptors had 16 more attempts than the Bucks, 56% from the field. On 51 field goals, they had 35 assists. Ball was humming. The extra pass to get the great look. And they were brilliant. Bucks shot 45%. Raptors shot 40% from 3. 15 for 38. After going 4 for 29 against Portland, you go 15 for 38 today. The Bucks go 38% from 3, which, considering how awful they started the game, it was like 1 of 13 to start for the Bucks, or 1 of 12. It was painful to watch if you're a Bucks fan. But for the Raptors, they were just playing incredible defense. Free throw line, yeah, they basically tripled the free throw attempts. They had 38 free throw attempts to the Raptors 14. And you won by 19. Take that in for a second. Dynamite. Now, I'll get into the player stats and specific highlights in a second here, but they out-rebounded the Bucks 50-29. 50-29! 15-7 on the offensive glass. Dominant. Again, we're going through every aspect, and they have dominated. Turnovers. Well, we had more turnovers, 16-12, but who cares? Points in the paint, 66-38 in favor of the Raptors. 21-13 in second chance points, yet you turn the ball over more. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think, there was like 6 turnovers, or 4, was it 4 turnovers? It's like 4 turnovers in the first 5 minutes of the game. So it tells you how the Raptors did settle in. But they made them pay for their mistakes. 21-13 in second chance points. In the fast break, where the Raptors are their best, 26-5. And what that also means is you're not letting Giannis get downhill in transition. Points off of turnovers. Actually, no. I was wrong with that. Second chance points. You had the 15-7. That's why. Okay. Out to lunch. They won in points off of turnover 17-10. Makes more sense. And the Raptors always led. The Bucks never led for a second in this game. Marvelous. Jakob Poeltl, have a day. We talked about it against Portland. What has this guy done? Where has he been? Ayton bodied him. Embiid bodied him. Made him look stupid. And he was awful. Today, easily his best game of the season. 14, 11, and 2. A lot of that early on. 7 of 10 from the field. Had 4 blocks. I think Dame at least once. Maybe even twice. Turned it over 2 times, 4 fouls, but was a plus 22 on the floor. He was a presence on the inside, and that's what you need from Yak. OG, offensively, he didn't miss a shot. Only took 7, though. 16 points, 2 boards, 3 assists, 7 of 7 from the field, 1 of 2 from the line. Only took 1 3, but drilled it, and it was in the first quarter. Had a steal in the game, had 5 fouls. Only played 24 minutes because of said fouls. Was a plus 16 on the floor. And you know what, Raptor fans, you won by that much, and Siakam's the only guy who played 30-plus minutes. It's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. Scotty Barnes. Man. Actually, no. Yeah, Scotty. And also OG Anunoby I want to talk about. The way he mano-a-manoed Giannis there, I think it was in the third quarter, where he had him right in front of him and didn't let him budge. Giannis had to pass it off to somebody else. Marvelous. And Scotty B, 21 points, 12 boards, 5 assists, 8 of 16 shooting, 1 of 1 from the line, was 4 of 6 from 3, had a steal, 2 blocks, 3 turnovers, only had 1 foul in the game, had 5 offensive boards, albeit a couple of those were his own misses, but who cares? Plus 14 on the floor. Scotty B, yet again. This is basically 5 straight games. Going into today, he averaged 20 points, 5 boards, and just under 10 rebounds. He's going to be averaging almost 10 rebounds and 21 points this season, at least after the 5 games. He's been outstanding. Outstanding yet again for Scotty B. And drilling the 3, if he can do that, man, it just adds everything to his game. It really does. Pascal Siakam, it felt quiet, but 26 points, 6 boards, 7 assists, 9 of 13 from the field, 3 of 3 from the line, 5 of 8 from 3-point range, and a plus 22. Pascal, baby, that's what we want to see. Right? And he didn't even seem like the primary option today. It was a lot of Scotty having the ball. It was a lot of Dennis having the ball. But when the ball was finding Pascal, he was finishing. And that's so crucial. Speaking of Dennis Schroeder. Oh, my. Not only is the stat line gorgeous, can we talk about that dribble drive, grabbing 2 defenders, and then the dump off pass to Yak for the slam? That's just not fair, my dude. And then the pick off of Dame Lillard, and then the spin move pass up to OG for the throwdown. Come on, Dennis. That's beautiful. And again, like I said, he outplayed Dame Lillard by a mile today. By an absolute country mile. 24 points, 4 rebounds, 11 assists, 9 of 13 from the field, 4 of 4 from the line, 2 of 4 from 3, had a steal in the game, was a plus 21. The starting lineup was marvelous. Now, you're looking to find some sort of juice off the bench. Gary still hasn't given it to you. 8 points, 3 boards, 1 assist, 4 of 11 from the field. Was 0 of 5 from three-point range. He continues to struggle from three-point range. Grady Dick, the shot wasn't falling today for him, but he made some incredible defensive plays. Dude took a charge from Giannis. Giannis coming full speed downhill to the 10. And Grady's like, I'm going to step in and take the charge. They go to review because Giannis is pooping himself. And Adrian Griffin's like, I'm a rookie head coach. Challenge that. And it's upheld. This is in the first quarter. And Grady gets the charge. And sure, 5 points, 1 board, 2 of 10 from the field, 1 of 8 from 3. But who cares? He -3 on the floor. But I thought he was fantastic defensively. Made some really, really nice defensive plays, getting into passing lanes. And I love that he's not overshooting and not, how do I put it? He's not forcing his shot. That's kind of what I'm getting at. When the shot's not fully there, he's passing it off. He's a pretty good passer as well. We've seen a few nice passes today from him. Malachi Flynn, look, only had 2 points, but I thought this was his best game of the season. As weird as that seems. 3 boards, 4 assists, was 1 of 3 from the field, missed the 1-3, but he had 3 steals in the game. Was only a -2 in 19 minutes, which seems like a plus to me. I just thought he made some really winning plays today, and I like what I saw from Malachi. Is that something you want to see continue? We'll see, but you need to make some shots. And speaking of making shots, Otto Porter. We heard when the Raptors signed him last year how important he was to that championship run for the Golden State Warriors. And we obviously didn't really get a chance to see Otto Porter at all last season because of the injury, but that's really been his career, has been decimated with injuries. So you're going to have to manage his minutes properly. But he only played 15 minutes today. 6 points, 3 boards, 1 assist, 2 of 4, 2 of 2 2 of 4. He knocked down 2 threes off the bench. Anytime I can see a 3-point shot off the bench, it's like, it's Christmas morning, right? And he also had a block in the game. It was a +11. Otto Porter, love to see it, man. You get Grady, you get Otto, you get Gary off the bench. Dudes can shoot. I love it. Chris Boucher, 6 points, 5 boards, 1 assist, 2 of 4 from the field, 2 of 2 from the line. Missed the 1-3, had a steal in the game. A lot of that was garbage time, though. -10 on the floor in 13 minutes. The Raptors overall just outplayed the Bucks to no end. They deserved the win. They got the win. Let's see what happens tomorrow. All right, Game 6 of the regular season, the Raptors look to maybe get back to 500 at 3-3 after a game. Tough one tomorrow, though. You're in Philly, taking the 76ers. Like, my God, in the first month of the season, if you count start of the season to screw that, but October and November, you played the Bucks twice, the Celtics twice, the 76ers twice. You got Dallas, I think. Yeah, you have Dallas at least once. It's very tough schedule, but let's see what these guys can do tomorrow. In Philly, 7 o'clock tip-off to face off Nick Nurse again. And hey, let's see what this team can do. All right, they lost that tough one to Philly. What was it? Game 3 of the season, I believe it was. 114-107, where Joel Embiid absolutely dominated. Now they've made some trades, though. Obviously, James Harden's gone, so that means no more PJ Tucker. I mean, he was irrelevant in that game anyways. So it's going to be interesting to see. And I want to see if this team can bring the intensity, bring the ball movement on a consistent night-to-night basis. And if they can make some threes, good things are going to happen. But we'll see what happens tomorrow, right? So Game 6 of the season goes tomorrow against Philly, in Philly at 7 p.m. Okay? So you know what, guys? That's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video, and of course, this game today, smack the like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button. You guys not already. Comment down below. Thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. Would you like, would you not like from today's game for the Toronto Raptors? There's not much to not like. There's a lot to like from the game today for the Toronto Raptors. They hold, actually, before I fully finish this thing off, they hold Giannis to 16 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists on 5 of 11 shooting, 6 of 9 from the free throw line. Damian Lillard, 15 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 of 9 from the field, 6 of 7 from the line, 1 of 4 from 3. They hold them to a combined 31 points. Dominant. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment down below, all that great stuff. Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is down below, so follow up there if you've not done so already. And I'll talk to you guys, of course, tomorrow. Leafs edition, I believe, right? Yes, tomorrow night in Boston against the Boston Bruins, 7 p.m. puck drop there. As we'll we'll see what they look like. They've been shaky the last couple of games, so we'll see how that game goes tomorrow in Boston against one of the best teams in baseball. No, I just flipped to MLB by accident, that's why I said that. One of the best teams in the NHL. And as for the Toronto Raptors, they're back in action tomorrow as well as they take on the Philadelphia 76ers. 7 p.m. tip-off in Philly. Looking to see if they can carry over momentum from tonight. So thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And of course, this game today. Talk to you guys then.